grant writer through, we have an A fund and a B fund. We have a whole town tax part town because Middleport's also part of our taxing base. So she said that we were taxing Middleport for the grant writer, yet Middleport, she did the work for free because I asked her to this year for the grant, but normally she doesn't do work for Middleport. But we were taxing the whole town, yet Middleport wasn't supposed to be included in grant writers projects. Yeah. So we moved that from the A fund to B fund anyway to put it in the correct fund in any event. And that's a good thing that came out of the budget. The budget sessions are supposed to be a positive thing so that we can give the best possible budget to the towns and to the taxpayers. But when it's election year and you have somebody else running against you, it becomes a political vehicle there to get somebody else.
How confident do you feel that you'll win, or how do you think it's going to go?
I didn't know Dick Lang is a well-known person, and I knew that the primary was going to be close because Dick is well-known, and every election I've had has been close. The first time I won by 1 vote in the primary. It's been that way ever since, and Dick's been working hard. Dick's been knocking on doors, doing things. I've been out working, but I'm really busy and I don't have as much time as Dick does to do it. So I feel very confident. I've had a lot of good responses from people who've been knocking on doors. Other people tell me that they've had good responses. They said, "Oh, I meant to vote in the primary, I forgot," which is easy to do. It starts at noon. Most people, they go there on the way to work and then they forget on the way back home. I've done it myself, you know. So I don't know. It's going to be. I think it's going to come right down to the wire.
What's the biggest difference between you and Dick Lang? I mean, given that you both more or less walked into a situation where this terrible fiscal thing was dumped on you, and now you both want to be supervisor.
The big difference between Dick Lang and me is I view myself as a facilitator. I didn't do this all by myself. I did it as part of the team. And part of the team includes all the department heads and the public and the employees that want to be involved. Dick Lang says that we need more communication, but he hasn't talked to me since last September. He wanted to be the supervisor last September, and he wasn't. So he hasn't talked to me other than on the record at the board meetings or the work sessions. And I asked him about that in front of the state comptroller's office when they were there. And he just blew up at me and he said, "That's right, that's the way I want it." When we went to the candidates night at the town hall, Dick just was, he was a very angry person, and everybody saw that at the candidates night, how bad that he was. When he came in, the first thing Dick wanted to do was get rid of Terry Neiman. Terry Neiman's a great highway superintendent. When Terry Neiman took over, he had bad equipment, old equipment, junk equipment. He's updated it. He's eliminated 4 people from the highway department, which not only saves us the yearly salary of those 4 people, but also the legacy costs for medical and retirement that medical that we would have had to pay. And he's improved the efficiency. He's got the 4 10-hour workdays there. Dick wants to add Carson Kelly, and Carson wants to hire 4 more people. And Terry's budget, since he's been in there, has gone up 2% per year. When he eliminated how do you do that, 2% per year? Because Terry treats it like it's his own money. He doesn't want to hit the taxpayers up for anything more than they have to be hit up. Well, when he eliminated the 4 people, what he did was, let's say it was $260,000, you know. He took $160,000 and he put that toward road work for the town. And then he took the other $100,000 and he put it in a line item for buying new equipment. So what he does is, if he buys a new truck, he'll save the money, and the new dump trucks cost $160 grand. He'll pay $60,000 cash, and then he will finance the rest for BAN for 5 years, paying $20,000 every year. So of that $100,000, $20,000 is going to pay for a new truck. As soon as he has $60,000 saved up again, he buys another new truck, and now he's still got money. So until the whole $100,000 is used up. But in order to buy those trucks, he hasn't charged the taxpayers any more money. They don't have to come up with more money because he's eliminated those 4 people that were before getting paychecks and not being productive. His guys, not Terry's guys, but the superintendent before him, they were always in the garage working on the trucks because they were breaking down. We were spending a ton of money in maintenance. Now we've got a warranty for at least a year. The trucks don't break down anymore. They're out on the highway, they're working, they're being productive. difference between Dick Lang and myself is like night and day. Dick Lang wants to be supervisor. Jim Bugenhagen's telling him what to do, Lloyd's telling him what to do, Donna's telling him what to do. And everybody has an agenda. I've got an agenda. My agenda is the best thing for the town. And my confidant is Terry Neiman. Dick's confidant is Jim Bugenhagen, who destroyed the highway department in the town. And Lloyd Westcott and Donna Van Buren, who also lied to the taxpayers to the tune of putting us in debt for $1 million. So there's a big difference between us. I get along well with people. He wanted to fire, I don't think you were at the meeting, he put a proposal at the work session to fire, not to rehire Gino Cano. Gino Cano and Associates, since 2001, has put in 836% return on the money that we paid O'Connell and Associates. I talked to her a couple times a week. I talked to her on the phone. I go down there a couple times a week. She's terrific. Networking is a big thing. Anybody can be a grant writer, but she can get on the phone and she can call somebody in Albany by the first name, carry on a conversation because she's met them at seminars, she's worked with them on doing accounts. She's gotten us money that Donna Van Buren left one of the grants. It was in the filing cabinet, and Sonia found it. Well, we weren't allowed to put in for it. So I told Jean called us about it, and I said, well, the time has passed. She said, let me make a phone call. She made a phone call. We were allowed to do that. The town of Burlington benefited from that. Dick not only wants to fire Terry Neiman, he wants to fire Gino Cano. So Jean's got an 836% return. She gets us all this money. She's good for the town. And Dick put it on the agenda to fire her at the September meeting while that's where her contract's up. So I called her and I said, you know, you might want to come down and speak at our board meeting because your contract's up and Dick wants to eliminate you. So she came there. Dick said he hadn't seen or heard from her, yet he'd been to her office several times. He calls about the Vets Park grant. He's got this obsession with the Vets Park grant that the town got in 2002 through Lloyd Westcott. And everything's fine with the Vets Park grant. We're getting all the money that we're supposed to get. Everything's going through there. It got held up a little bit because Dick was listening to Lloyd, and he would take the paperwork, not tell me, and he'd go right down to Gene O'Connell's office, hand in the paperwork, and then at the work session he'd say to Lloyd, took care of that, I dropped it off myself. Well, the next day Gene would call me and say, Cal, I dropped off this paperwork, but there's no checks attached to it, and there are no vouchers attached to it. I'm going to have to send it back because I need the checks. I go up, pick it up, bring it back, sign it, get the checks, put the checks attached to it, the vouchers, bring it back up. All that stuff held it up all the time. He's not a team player.
All right, we're gonna move on to Ray Ellis next. So, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah,